Today we're back again fighting people on the internet. We're pulling some questions from Reddit and actually debating them on this live video. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If my backdrop looks a little different, I am currently in New York City, but the content must go on. And if you weren't aware, I was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois, the worst, and I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Knoxville, I could have moved to Maryville, Salt Lake City, Boise, Colorado, Boulder, Golden, Flagstaff. It was so many places, any place really. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. So if you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, let's meet up for coffee, let's talk on the phone, let's do something to kind of explain why Northwest Arkansas is better than literally any other place in America. So without further ado, let's jump right into the content. All right, and the first question is actually from Focus Used 4816. They said, to the folks in their late 20s and early 30s, can you see yourself living in NWA to retirement? Can you see yourself retiring here? If why not? If not, why not? The Chuck said, I absolutely love the area. I'm 39, but this place is going to keep exploding in population for the foreseeable future. We do not have the infrastructure to handle the influx of people we are projected to get. The housing market is brutal. Rent will keep going up. I think the current residents in the area will be priced out of others moving here. Sell the Team Jerry said, yes, the schools are fantastic. I have a mortgage in the twos, meaning they will be retiring here. Brave Ginger, one. My wife and I will plan to stay here until through retirement. I'm from Fort Smith originally, but my wife grew up in the military family, so she moved here around 18 months, yada, yada, yada. Anyway has everything I'd want them to have. Cost of living is definitely rising, but I think the area is worth it. What made NWA special 5 to 10 years ago still applies because other places that are comparable either just have a higher cost of living or it's rising to the similar to Northwest Arkansas. I genuinely believe we're just in an awkward stage of growth, but have the resources to get through it. We will address that here in a little bit. Someone said, no, this is the only second area I've lived in. I absolutely love it, but I want to experience other areas. However, I could definitely see myself coming back here for retirement. I just don't see myself spending 50 years here. No complaints, just a desire to experience more. All right, so going back to Brave Ginger 1, what a name. But I do admit, like, when it comes to cost of living across America, it just has gone up exponentially. Whether you're in Austin, whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in Nashville, whether you're in Salt Lake City, whether you're in California, it doesn't make a difference. Everything's gone up. In Florida, it doesn't make a difference. With Northwest Arkansas, it has gone up in the last 5 years. That is for sure. But we are still drastically cheaper than most parts of America when it comes to housing, both buying or even renting. Craziness. So when it comes to the area, it's like you have great jobs, you have very big companies, you have mid-sized companies, great education, outdoor trail systems. The weather is fantastic almost all year long. You can be outdoors in the wintertime, you can be outdoors in the summertime. You can enjoy the trail systems, like I said, enjoy the lakes, enjoy the waterfalls, enjoy the trees, everything about it. And you can then have a great area. You can truly live, work, and play all in NWA. So I completely understand when the Chuck says, with the influx of people, it's going to keep going up. The market brutal, rent, yada yada yada. Will it be brutal? Probably not. Will things keep going up? Yes, but they will across America. And I want to point out one thing that the Ginger said, literally Brave Ginger, said that we have the resources to get through it. A lot of other areas don't have that luxury. We have some very wealthy individuals, we have some very wealthy corporations, we have some very wealthy organizations that are looking to continue to build the area up. And so, yes, we do have the resources, and I'm super excited to see what the future holds. And the next question comes from Lovely Millie. They're asking, how do you get into the Heirloom at the 1907? So 1907 is a restaurant, 1907 reservations. Does anyone know how the reservation system works for Heirloom? I've tried 3 months in a row to sign up when the new reservations drop at 11 a.m. on the 15th, but each time they're released, they're instantly full. I know the feeling. No luck getting off the wait list either. So K Villaniliz, they said we're able to get off the wait list. You're likely to have the best luck with a group of 4, though, because they only have a handful of tables in total, which is part of what creates such a wonderfully intimate atmosphere. All dining parties seem to come together staggered with a few minutes apart, and they're so essentially the entire dining room is enjoyable for an incredible culinary show for at least 2 hours, which is another layer I believe it creates limited availability. since they only turn the dining room maybe once or twice in the evening. Someone else said rock red bottoms neon. I'll give you more context. I went to the place 2 weeks ago and there are only 6 tables to accommodate only 20 people per day. And I think they're open 4 days per week, so it's only 80 people per week. The place is probably 20 by 20 feet. They have a lot of backlog reservations. They had to cancel due to a tornado and had to rebook them. So the reservations get filled really quick. I called them and talked to their manager, Danielle, who's actually the owner, which was happening. They were really courteous to explain what was happening to help me get a reservation 3 months out. The place is tied to the bar, which I think is Pinky Swear, great place. They really want to taste their food. They really want you to taste their food and try at the bar so you can try their food. That makes more sense why the reservation is so long. So anyways, she is 100% correct. The way to get to Heirloom in 1907, a great restaurant, more of a tasting menu, but it's expensive. Just to clarify, you are going to, if you bring 2 people there and you have no alcohol, you're going to walk away spending $300. That is for sure. That's just what it is. If it's alcohol, you can just kind of go from there, how much it's going to cost. If you want to sample the devil sauce that night, it's going to cost you more money. But regardless, if you go to Heirloom, it's going to cost you a lot of money. It is a very expensive place, in my opinion, but well worth it. Sample menus. As the person said, it is truly a culinary experience. But the way to get in there, the way that I've done it, I've actually got there twice, kind of by accident, not by. I actually called her, like this person said directly, and said, "Hey, I've been on this for a while. Can you get me a connection there?" And so she was able to get me there. Just randomly was able to put me on the thing. That was Danielle. So thanks, Danielle. The other one is actually a client of mine had a reservation for 4. 2 of their friends dropped off, and both Nicole and I went there with them. So that was kind of that great experience, of course, as well. But regardless, it is hard to get into the 1907, but well worth it. Whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check out the area, vacation here potentially. I made 3-day itineraries, literally day by day, city by city, place by place, restaurant by restaurant. All the links are below, so go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. But maybe you're a venturer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, there are 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So definitely go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. Also, maybe you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for home for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on in downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in downtown Rogers? What's going on in the amphitheater? What new business are moving here? What is the first Fridays? When is the first Thursdays? When is the Christmas? So many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below, and make sure you get that email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, just a heads up, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make it down to Northwest Arkansas. And the next question is from Junior Impact 3217, moving to Northwest Arkansas. This isn't your usual pro-con question about moving. I'm a single female, grew up in Lake Ozark, Springfield, Missouri. The last 11 years, been in Austin, group of great friends. However, my mom lives in Holiday Island. She's battling lung cancer, been driving back and forth, and she basically wants to move here. Can anyone speak to the wellness community, social activities, and just the people in general? I'm a very social, extroverted person, love making new friends. I don't drink or party often, so social activities, wellness, all very important to her. How easy is it to build your social circle? What's it like dating in your 30s? Also, is the area predominantly liberal or conservative? I've been looking at rentals in Bentonville, in the downtown area. Ultimately, I'm just wondering if this would be a place I'm happy with. I know living less than an hour away from my mom would make it way more at ease, but I want to know my day-to-day life and fulfilling for me there too. Someone said, I also moved here 4 years ago. Making friends has been fairly easy. Everyone here is really friendly. Even my Orlando pals came to visit and made note of how friendly and welcoming everyone was. Something to obviously thank them. Let's see here. I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but NWA is particularly Bentonville is quite elitist. Rogers and Fayetteville have much better actual wellness and down-to-earth vibe. Bentonville could be compared to Austin somewhat because it seems to be a city where they're trying to model after. However, Bentonville is fake. It's like Pinterest group threw up and designed the same friendly fancy logos in every uppity shop in the square. It's not as genuine as it once was. Due to the popularity of wellness in the last couple of years, it's difficult to find decent alternative healthcare options that weren't booked from year out for some cases. Now Fayetteville's worth looking at, even though even areas south of that, that's where the real tree huggers live. Someone responded and said, I live in Bentonville and I don't try to impress anybody. Bunch of us old guys ride bikes every week and could care less how much of each other makes. But yeah, downtown there's a lot of high-rise development. I could say for a single person, Fayetteville might be a better option. Bentonville has a more outstanding place to raise our family. Has been a more outstanding place. Okay, great. Yeah. So let's dissect this real quickly. The first thing to say is that Bentonville is elitist. I would honestly disagree because a lot of it is just people looking to raise their families in Bentonville, like the person said. A lot of people move to Bentonville for the family-centric culture, very community-centric, very family-friendly. A lot of biking stuff, a lot of community events, a lot of Christmas parties, a lot of fall stuff, a lot of First Fridays, a lot of community. So to call it elitist, to me, it's like it's behind gates, it's behind large houses, which are large houses there, but it doesn't have that sense of like you can't go there and not live there. It's very community centric there. Rogers and Fayetteville have more actual wellness. I would disagree. Fayetteville might have some more due to the college, but Bentonville does have quite a bit. It's getting better in this area. It's always, it's the South, so there's a lot more Southern cooking in the past. Now it's definitely got more healthier obviously currently. This is where I want to really spend some time on. Bentonville has been compared to Austin because their city they're trying to model. I can guarantee you, and I've been to all these meetings, literally the words that Northwest Arkansas Council has said, that Bentonville has said, that Fayetteville has said. They said, we want to avoid Austin at all costs. They don't want to become Austin. They don't want to be compared to Austin. They've literally hired city planners to avoid Austin. Literally, I've made videos on this, how to avoid Austin. They don't want the housing shortage. They don't want the housing increase. They don't want to do any things that have to do with Austin. Not in their wheelhouse, nor do they care to. So that is farthest from the truth. Going back to healthcare options, I mean, we have several large hospitals. Washington Regional, we have the Children's Hospital. We have then Mercy Hospital. We have then the Bentonville Hospital. We then have the Alice Walton School of Medicine coming down soon. We have cancer centers. We have a lot of different things that are currently as we speak. So that seems a little bit far-fetched there. And the other thing I want to mention is that it's not as genuine as it once was back in Bentonville. The problem with that is that Bentonville really wasn't even on the map 10 years ago. So it's like it had no businesses for the most part, no bakeries. It just had Crystal Bridges, and there's nothing going on there. There's no square. I mean, there was a square, but nothing was going on. There's no festivals, and there's no events. There's no Christmas stuff. There's no ice skating. There's no nothing. It's not. So what culture was there before? I don't know what he's talking about. So regardless, yeah. So logical bug 399111. You gotta do better than that. And the final question is from JK Johnson 003. Best city town for homeowners. I'm currently renting, trying to figure out the best place for my fiance. We might want to buy a house in the next year. Economy rates pending, of course. We're currently renting in Rogers, work in Bentonville. He works in Springdale, so I'm looking for the best area in between there. We live early enough so traffic isn't a big issue. What cities, towns are best for homeowners? Great to avoid. Okay, so it sounds great. I would suggest probably Taneytown would be a great option because it's next to Springdale, easy access to 49, easy access to get from Taneytown to Bentonville for you, and then also easy access to Springdale. The other one I would consider, the two other ones I would consider is North Fayetteville, which is a little bit more country, great housing out there. Again, very close to Taneytown, easy access to 412, to 49, to Springdale, then up to Bentonville. The other one I would also want to mention is Pea Ridge. Easy access to 49, obviously, directly connected to Bentonville for the most part, and then right down the road to Springdale. You just take 49 right down to Springdale. So keep that in mind, is that Pea Ridge people often forget about. Very affordable housing, great housing out there. And the other part is you could do Bella Vista, but honestly, if you buy anywhere in Bella Vista, you have to get right to 71, and then 71 to 49, 49 down to Bentonville. It can be a little hairy going from Bella Vista down to Springdale, meaning just because of where you buy in Bella Vista. There might be a lot of back roads, a lot of roads all the way to 49 or to 71 to get there. So keep that in mind, but my vote is Taneytown, North Fayetteville, or Pea Ridge. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the goodies of Northwest Arkansas. It comes with stickers, it comes with postcards, it comes with a 120-page guide, literally made by me about the whole area itself, about all the cities, all the population, all the medical, all the schools, anything you want to know about Northwest Arkansas comes with this 100-page guide, all my itineraries. It also comes with a Northwest Arkansas, I've created this, Northwest Arkansas coloring book. That is worth the price right there. So enter your name below, enter your address below. Where is this package going to? Enter all the information below and make sure to get that package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike. I know, that's pretty cool, And I know what you're thinking, It's my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below, make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour, so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some home for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, this is the next one.